Hi, welcome to JEDAI. JEDAI is a system made to help people learn about AI planning in a user-friendly way. You're currently looking at our first public release of JEDAI. New features and content are on the way. To get started using JEDAI, you first need to pick a domain and a problem. Domains define what is possible in a planning environment, while problems define the details of specific environments that are part of a domain. Check out JEDAI's documentation, linked up here, to learn more about the domains that we have available. We'll go ahead and pick the Kiva Planks domain for now. Then let's start with a pretty simple problem, the single pi problem. Now that we have our domain and problem, we can begin our JEDAI training. Once we get into the training area, you'll see several important things. This image here shows what the goal of the single pi problem is: to build a structure that looks like a pi symbol out of these three planks. The goal is also elaborated in text a bit more up here. So you can see the goal is to have plank I standing vertically on the table, to have plank double I doing the same, and to have plank triple I lying horizontally on top of both of the other two planks, with nothing on top. If we open up the window with the 3D simulation environment over here, you can see that the planks do not start out stacked. You can move the camera in this window, but it is recommended to do so with the controls on the bottom corners rather than directly with your mouse. In order to build the structure, we'll need to make a plan. A plan in the context of AI is just a series of actions that change the state of the world. So to put together a plan, we have to go to the action toolbox over here and begin dragging things into the workspace. You can see that this action has a few different parameters. One of these parameters matches up with something in the goal state, plank I. You'll also notice that a tooltip appears when you hover your mouse over an action. If you're ever wondering what exactly an action does, just read the tooltip. This particular action picks up a plank from the table using the robot shown here and the gripper shown here. For now there's only one robot, but the robot has two different grippers it can grab with. After this action, plank I should be in the left gripper. The goal state says that plank I should be standing vertically on the table, so let's find an action that does that next. This seems like a match. Put on table vertically. So let's connect these up and then try to meet the rest of the goal conditions. We can repeat these two actions with plank double I to reach the next goal condition. Just use the copy and paste shortcuts on your keyboard to duplicate an action. This is useful when you want to do the same thing to multiple objects, like we do here. Just make sure you change the parameters to match with the new object you're working with. And finally, we need to put plank triple I on top of the other two. So let's pick it up first, and then we can find an action that can stack a plank on top of other planks. This action seems like it should do the trick. Stack horizontally on two vertical planks. There are a few more parameters to change here so that the robot knows exactly where to put the plank. We want plank triple I to be on plank I and plank double I. Now that our actions are all connected, let's submit the plan and see what happens. You can see that JEDAI is about to call the system that converts the high-level plan in the workspace into a series of low-level instructions that get the simulated robot to move its individual joints. If we click OK, the computation begins running in the background. To watch the intermediate steps, just open the 3D environment window. It can take a while for this part to complete, so we'll skip ahead in the video. Now that the computation has completed, we can watch the actual execution take place. To make sure we don't miss anything, let's put these windows side by side. If all goes according to plan, no pun intended, you'll watch the simulated robot follow each of the steps that you gave in the workspace. If you don't get a plan right on the first try, don't worry. JEDAI will give you an explanation of what went wrong so you can fix it. If you have a long plan and want to see it all at once, just use the zoom buttons over here. You can reset the view at any time with this crosshair button. If you need any more help or want any more information, check out the help pages linked up here and our lab's website here. You can get back to this video anytime by clicking here. Thanks.